The market chops lower to kick off Thanksgiving week. Who's in control now? This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so the market chopped sideways to lower on low volume yesterday, and that's pretty typical of a holiday week where you have lots of people on vacation and lots of people not interested in the market because of Thanksgiving, so not much was decided today. However, the structure did get uglier, and that definitely favors the bears. I'll get into that in just one second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so while we have a slowdown in the market, I did want to highlight our recent trades here. Our swing trades are absolutely killing it in my room, and PT is killing it in his room. As you can see on the screen, people are doing very well. And so if you are interested in that, stay tuned for later in the video. For now, let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500, and we can see all the chop we got today, kind of sideways. Nothing really happened too crazy in the market. And so we are looking at a couple scenarios here. The first scenario in our primary count being that we have topped in wave A right here at this 40-50 level. Okay, and from that bottom that's off the screen here, we would expect this to be wave A up. And then we were working on an A wave down of B. So this is A, circle B, and then we'd like to see circle C down towards the 38.50 to 38.20 region to complete this lowercase a right here. Then we would look for a 3-wave B move back up, and then you'd look for a C wave back down toward the 3700 to complete this bigger bracket B wave. So off of the low, you had this big bracket A, and now off of that high, we're trying to get this bracket B down. Okay, and from that 3700 area, we would expect a strong push higher toward the 4300 area to complete this overall structure. So that is the first scenario that we're tracking, that we've completed A and B, and they're on the verge of starting this C wave down toward 3850. Then we'd look for a bounce up in the smaller B before a C wave down to complete bigger B. The alternate path that this could take is we are looking at the potential that this A wave is complete, but this B wave was just A and B, and we need a C wave higher towards the 4,000 region, 4,010 region, and then we would look for this C wave down to 3850 from there. So they could push this a little higher up towards 4,000 to 4,010 before we see the move lower toward the 3850 region. There is one other path that could play out, although I think it's much, much less likely, and it is that we could take this up in a diagonal here where you have 1, 2, and then you get 3, 4, 5 up toward the 4100 to 4150 area. But again, this structure is really ugly. It's really deep for a diagonal on this pullback right here into this wave. So it does seem unlikely that that's the case. But you could have an ABC up, an ABC down, and then get an ABC for 3, 4, and 5 into that 4150 area. But I think this, again, is much less likely at this time. But we do need to keep it in our brain because we do have the potential for it to play out just based on how this is lined up as a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 count. Okay, so those are the things we're tracking on the ES. Our two main paths are lower, and then we do have the potential for a move up to the 4100, 4150 area where this wave A would move over, and then we would try to get this B wave down from there. Over on the NASDAQ, okay, as you can imagine, very similar counts on the NASDAQ as to the ES, where we're looking at this being a top of a bigger wave A, and then we're looking for this B wave down to complete, where we have our A wave down, our B wave up, and we've started the C wave with a 1, 2, looking for a wave 3 down to the 11,250 area, and then a 4, 5 down toward the 11,100 area to complete that bigger wave B. So that is very similar to the count on the ES, where we're getting ready to come down in that as well. And the NASDAQ structure is much uglier than the ES, and these two tend to trade in step. So this is another reason I think that move up to the wave 5 area on the ES, as well as on the NASDAQ that I'll highlight here in just a minute, is less likely because the NASDAQ is very ugly and almost broke this low. And so it is possible we could get a bigger B wave, just like on the ES, where this was A down, and then you got A, B, C, and you get a slightly bigger B wave up toward the 11,890 area, and then you would look for a move down to this 11,100 area, so that is a possibility. But with the move down and as deep as it is, it does look like they want to go ahead and break this down and start the move down more directly. Again, they do have the potential to move this up to the 12,300 area, but that potential is very small in my opinion. But until they break below this wave 4 low, it is still on the table. And so we do want to keep it in the back of our minds, where this would be a wave 1 up in 3 waves, down in 3 waves, and then 4, 5, or 3, 4, and 5 up here to that 12,300 area. And those would all be 3-wave movements because it would be a diagonal, and it's a very ugly structure. But again, they've gotten so deep here that I think that this is very unlikely to play out. But until they break the wave 4 low, it is still possible. Guys, if you love the information I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link and it will take you right over to the webpage. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there, make sure you love it, become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. In our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, as well as all of your Elliott Wave questions answered. I also do a midday video where I come in at about 10 o'clock Pacific time and give you an update on the market in real time. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months, so we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are interested in day trading, as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that just crushes the market. He gets you in at a small price and gets you huge multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. It's something you really have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account, trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can make some money together. All right, guys, key takeaways for today. We're looking for a breakdown here. We've gotten the chop sideways. The structure's pretty ugly for the bulls. So we are trying to see if we can get a breakdown here toward that 3850 area to complete this A wave, and then a BC after that. However, they can push it back up towards 4,000, 4,010 as a bigger circle B wave before we see that. And then ultimately the less likely structure is the one I have highlighted here, which is a diagonal up to the 41 to 4150 area. Over on the NASDAQ, same type of patterns as we see on the ES, where we're looking for a more direct breakdown toward the 11,250 area before a bounce and then a move down to 11,100. However, we could see a slightly bigger B wave up toward the 11,890 area before we see that fall to 11,100. It is possible, but much less likely, that they do take this up in 5 towards 12,300. But again, that is not a very probable scenario. Guys, that is the market update for today. I will talk to you tomorrow.